Welcome to this video, exploring the life, artistry, and enduring legacy of John Ford, one of cinema's greatest directors. He is truly a master of American cinema and the Western genre. This show is brought to you by Series of Thoughts as part of their Film Studies program. We begin with Chapter 1, Origins of a Legend, tracing Ford's humble beginnings and his journey to Hollywood. Born John Martin Feeney in Maine in 1894 to Irish immigrant parents, his early life was shaped by his Irish heritage and New England roots. He moved west to Hollywood and began his career as an assistant and stuntman for his brother Francis Ford. The silent era provided Ford's film school, where he directed over 60 films. This prolific output honed his visual mastery and his ability to tell stories through pure visual expressiveness and composition, making every frame speak volumes. As the silent craftsman, Ford developed the visual grammar that would define his legendary career, learning to use gesture, composition, and the poetic interplay of light and shadow. Chapter 2 covers his rise to Hollywood prominence as sound arrived and his reputation grew. Ford adapted seamlessly to sound, unlike many peers, with his first Oscar win for Best Director coming in 1935 for The Informer. He quickly established his reputation by balancing personal artistry with commercial studio demands. Ford assembled a loyal stock company of actors, fostering unforgettable chemistry and performances across his films. This ensemble included iconic stars like John Wayne, Henry Fonda, Maureen O'Hara, and James Stewart. Chapter 3 focuses on how Ford truly defined the Western genre, forever changing its place in cinema. Stagecoach, released in 1939, elevated Westerns from B-movie status to prestigious cinema. It introduced the iconic Monument Valley as a character and launched John Wayne to stardom. Ford transformed Monument Valley, making its vast terrain a canvas for human drama. His sweeping wide shots amplified emotional depth, turning the desert into a symbol of isolation, endurance, and the sublime beauty of the frontier. Through Ford's lens, the American West was immortalized. Monument Valley became the mythic landscape of the American imagination, forever linking cinema with the spirit of the frontier. Chapter 4 explores Ford's work outside the Western, focusing on social drama and American identity. Films like The Grapes of Wrath and How Green Was My Valley explored themes of economic hardship and resilient community. These works earned Ford back-to-back Oscars, cementing his reputation as a chronicler of the American soul through poetic realism. Ford's films featured complex characters and moral ambiguity. His protagonists were flawed, yet deeply competent, balancing mythic idealism with gritty human flaws. He explored timeless themes of duty, honor, and belonging. Chapter 5 delves into Ford's later Western masterpieces, where his artistry matured into a darker, more reflective tone. With films like My Darling Clementine and Fort Apache, Ford deepened the psychological complexity of Western narratives. He examined tensions between law, order, and community, often collaborating with his trusted ensemble. The Searchers from 1956 is widely considered one of the greatest American films ever made. It presented a darker vision, exploring themes of obsession, racism, and the psychological cost of violence, profoundly influencing later directors. The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance is a meditation on myth versus reality. The famous line, "When the legend becomes fact, print the legend," encapsulates Ford's fascination with how stories shape identity, serving as an elegy to the Old West. In this late masterpiece, Ford questioned the very legends he helped create, revealing the gap between the heroic imagination of the West and the messy realities of history and memory. Chapter 6 examines Ford's filmmaking style and techniques, revealing the precision behind his poetry. Ford was known for minimal takes, trusting his vision. He mastered deep focus composition, allowing for layered action and subtle expression. His work elevated visual storytelling to a level of art and poetry. Ford preferred shooting on location, particularly in Monument Valley, for authentic landscapes. To maintain creative control, he cleverly limited the footage shot, preventing studio executives from re-editing his final films. Chapter 7 focuses on Ford's immense legacy and influence across the world of cinema. Ford was revered by peers like Orson Welles and Ingmar Bergman, and studied by Akira Kurosawa. He inspired new Hollywood directors and became the first recipient of the American Film Institute's Lifetime Achievement Award in 1973. His work profoundly shaped popular perceptions of American history and the frontier. Ford's films remain central to academic study and continue to influence the Western genre and broader storytelling traditions for new generations of filmmakers. From Stagecoach to The Searchers, Ford's films are pillars of American cinema. They are testaments to a director who transformed storytelling through the sheer power of the moving image. Chapter 8 addresses the controversies and complexities within Ford's filmography. Ford's films offer complex and sometimes contradictory perspectives on race and gender. While his work displays artistic genius, some portrayals remain subjects of scholarly critique, requiring us to grapple with the limitations of his historical era. In conclusion, John Ford fused landscape, character, and myth into timeless explorations of the American soul. His enduring vision reminds us of cinema's power to illuminate the human condition through visual poetry and heartfelt storytelling.